All right. Okay, I think we have everyone here. Before I get started with the event and share my screen, could you guys please let me know if you're able to see my screen or not my screen? Sorry, if you're able to hear me. Perfect. Sounds good. All right, let's get started with Pitch Day today. So, hello everyone. My name is Mahnur, and welcome to Circuit Stream's Software Development Pitch Day. Today, we're celebrating the amazing journey and graduation of our September 2025 software development cohort. Over the past few months, these students have sharpened their skills, taken on real world challenges, and built solutions that highlight the creativity and mindset of true software developers. This event brings together an incredible mix of industry professionals here to hear the fresh ideas that the graduates are ready to showcase. And then our community that's excited to get front row look at the future of software developers. You're about to see some really cool and innovative projects, smart strategies, and problem solving skills that will help shape the products and software of tomorrow. So let's celebrate their hard work, their courage to pitch, and the exciting careers ahead of them. All right, so just a few things as we begin the event. Today's event will be approximately 2 hours, and though only our students and our guest speakers will be able to speak and unmute themselves, all attendees are welcome to participate in the chat. So please feel free to to ask questions, give comments, feedback, and anything else. Throughout the presentation today, the pitches will be played using some embedded YouTube videos, and this will be played at full volume on our end, but please be prepared to adjust your own volume as we play the slides since the volume will vary. Lastly, a reminder to our guest speakers, please make use of the host and panelists chat for any sorts of internal communication, and then the everyone chat for anything else. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Mahnur, and I'm the Partnership Development Specialist here at CircuitStream. Ultimately, my goal or my job is to help the job seekers in our program get closer to their jobs, help build their professional networks, and ideally get them hired. I have brought in several esteemed guests from different tech companies across the country, and some of them are hiring managers, some of them have more of a technical role. And my hope is that this serves as an opportunity for everyone to network, connect, and chat about the software development industry. At CircuitStream, our mission is to bridge the gap between learning and industry, and my role is to help students take everything that they've learned here and turn it into real career momentum. I get to support them in building job-ready portfolios and navigating the job search with clarity and confidence. I also work closely with our instructors and the internal team to make sure that the students are bringing their very best to the table, and events like today help shine a spotlight on the incredible talent and creativity within our community. A little bit of a quick overview of the order of events. After some kickoff items, I will call up the career coach who's been working with the students for the past 36 weeks or so, and then some guest speakers that will be coming in and giving a brief introduction about themselves. And then I will introduce the capstone project and the students that will be sharing their pitches. Lastly, once all the pitches are done, please use that as a time for any sorts of general question and answer at the end. All right, a little bit of background on us. So CircuitStream began in 2015 through a network of developers, designers, creators, and we are now a leading provider of tech education in game development, game design, product management, and of course, software development. Our primary goal is to provide future-proofed and industry-relevant skills to folks looking to pivot into tech, upskill, or learn about the technical aspects of the industry. And then our secondary goal is to prepare our bootcamp graduates for jobs in their preferred industry through events, one-on-one connections, and engaging with our extensive network of employer partners. Since our start in 2015, we have now educated over 50,000 learners globally, and we're constantly updating our curriculum to stay ahead of the curve. CircuitStream is also educational partners with several top universities across the country to provide tech education for both youth and adult learners. In parallel to the technical program, we also offer an additional and optional career program to our bootcamp students. This program provides ongoing support for students who are keen to start job hunting right after graduating to make sure that they're prepared to find a new job. Through this program, we are committed to supporting our students with their careers and personal development, and we take pride in providing opportunities to connect our students with people in the industry. All right, just a few more slides before we get started. So the Software Development Bootcamp is an intensive 36-week live online bootcamp, which prepares our students for successful careers in software development. The cohort that is presenting today started their bootcamp in September 2025 and just graduated recently. At the end of their bootcamp, learners were given 4 weeks to create a fully functional software application. This gave them the opportunity to showcase their skills in software development and design. The criteria that their assignment was based on were architecture, code quality, framework, library usage, testing, debugging, devlog, and then lastly, deployment. I believe if Emma is, I don't think Emma is able to join us, but Emma usually is able to join us. She is our career coach, and she has been working really hard with some of the students, helping them with their projects and one-on-one coaching and all that. So our career program is really a great opportunity for students to just learn a little bit more about what it's like to switch over to tech. All right. Okay. Now we're ready to jump into our industry partners. I'm really fortunate to have some incredible partners joining us today, and I can't wait for you to hear from them. So, partners, as I call you up, please turn your camera on, unmute yourself, and give us a rundown of where you work, what you do, a little background about your career, and anything else you would like to share with our audience today. So, I'd like to start off by calling Clement up on, and if you could just share a little bit about yourself.
Everyone, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. So nice to meet you. I'm Clément. I'm currently working as a software developer at Desjardins for about a year and a half now. I'm mainly working on the Access D app. So I'm developing features that are used by every members or most of the members of the bank. So it's really nice to see the impact we have on a lot of people daily in the banking industry. I also co-founded the small company for which we developed a mobile app that is available on the stores. And also, it's not tech related, but I'm a personal trainer coach as well on my spare time. So a lot of things to do, and definitely today in the AI world, a lot of things to still discover.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here with us today. All right. I'll move on to our next speaker. Dhruv, if you're able to do the same thing.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Dhruv Rana, founder of Cloud Spikes, a multi-cloud and DevOps consultancy in the GTA. I have spent more than 10 years building cloud systems, including at Thomson Reuters and Pluto TV. And that was an interesting startup and a television product. Excited to see what you build and share some feedback on that. Thanks.
Thank you, Dhruv, and thank you for joining us today. All right. Last, we have Dilaver, if you're able to unmute yourself and share a little bit about your background as well.
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so my name is Dilaver Choueiri. I'm a cloud data and platform engineering professional, and my journey into tech has been a little bit non-traditional. I graduated from UFT in neuroscience in 2021, and over time, I've also worked as an entrepreneur. I've also previously ran an Amazon private label business and also founded a remote tech consultancy called Full Stack Dev AI, and it's incorporated under Tech Union Canada. Through that, I've worked on Surface software, cloud automation, and AI-focused solutions for clients across different startups, e-commerce, education, professional services, and financial and banking world systems as well. What I enjoy most is turning ideas into practical systems that involve real problems. So for today's showcase, I'm excited to see your capstone projects, and especially knowing that you've only had like around, I think, 4 weeks to prepare them. I'll be focused on the problem-solving approach, product thinking, technical direction, and how clearly you explain the value of the project. So I'm really excited and look forward to this from everybody. Thank you.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, Dilaver. All right. Okay, now we'll move on to the most exciting part of the event today, which is the pitches themselves. So we have 4 amazing students who worked really hard on all of their projects. And we have Christine starting us off with her project called EquiSchedule. EquiSchedule. It's a mouthful for me. So Christine, whenever you're ready, it's all yours.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Christine Tsai, and today I'd like to introduce EquiSchedule, a mobile app I developed to simplify horse management. I'll briefly explain the problem, walk through the development process, demonstrate the app, and finish with what I learned and where I'd like to take the project next. Next slide, please. I'm a full stack developer with a passion for building practical software that solves real world problems. My interests include mobile and full stack development. And before this project, I also published another app called Let's Pause on the Apple App Store. Through my previous QA experience and this bootcamp, I've developed strong problem-solving skills, attention to detail, and experience taking projects from idea to deployment. Next slide, please. Next slide. The inspiration for EquiSchedule came from my own experience as a horse owner. Managing horses often means juggling lesson schedules, veterinary appointments, and farrier visits, competition, and daily care across multiple calendars, notes, and text messages. It quickly becomes difficult to stay organized. My goal was to create one centralized mobile application where owners could manage everything in one place while receiving reminders to stay on top of important tasks. Next slide, please. I built EquiSchedule over 4 weeks. I started by setting up the front end and back end, implementing authentication and connecting the API. I then added horse profiles and owner onboarding, followed by scheduling features such as lessons and recurring care. During the final week, I built a show planner, refined the workflow based on user feedback, and prepared the application for deployment using React Native, Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. Next slide. Here's my demo that I've like to show. Hi, this is EquiSchedule, my capstone project. It's a mobile app for horse owners to manage horse care schedules and show planning all in one place. I'll walk through the main workflow and a few core features. I'll start by using the new account that I just created. After logging in, the first step is adding a horse profile. I designed the workflow this way so the app has meaningful context right away, since the horse is the center of the owner experience. Here, the user can enter basic information like the horse's name, age, and notes. Once the horse is added, the user moves into the main app. On the horse's screen, they can view and manage horse profiles. Each horse becomes an entry point into its records and relevant information. From the horse profile, the user can open the important dates screen by tapping on the Add Event button, which allows the user to add care-related records for that horse. This includes farrier visits, vaccination, deworming, and vet appointments. Also events like lessons and horse shows. The user can select the record type, event type, enter the date details, and also the intervals that this event is on. And the user can save it directly into that horse's profile by clicking on the Add Event button. Once those important dates are added, they feed into the calendar view. This gives the owner a centralized place to see upcoming care and scheduling items instead of tracking everything separately. Before I finish, I also wanted to briefly reflect on some of the challenges and successes from building this project. One challenge was refining the scope. Earlier on, I explored a broader concept, but I realized the strongest version of the app was a more focused, owner-first workflow. Another challenge was designing the onboarding and navigation flow so the app felt useful right away. One of the biggest successes was turning those challenges into a more intentional user experience. The final workflow now moves naturally from account creation to horse setup to peer tracking, scheduling, and planning. Overall, I'm proud that the final product became more focused and usable and more tailored to a real equestrian use case. Thank you for watching my demo of AcquiSchedule. So some of my challenges was managing the project scope. I originally had many feature ideas, but I learned to prioritize the features that deliver the most value to horse owners. Another challenge was implementing recurring scheduling logic, which required handling dates and repeated events correctly. Finally, integrating the front end and back end while maintaining a smooth user experience helped strengthen my full stack development skills. Next slide, please. So for my takeaway, this project significantly strengthened my full stack development skills using React Native, Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. It also gave me valuable experience designing mobile first user workflows and reinforced the importance of iterative development, user-centered design, and keeping project scope manageable. Next slide. Looking ahead, my next goal is to publish AcquiSchedule on the Apple App Store and begin testing it with horse owners to gather real-world feedback. I'd also like to expand the platform by adding a shared trainer-student scheduling feature. Personally, I'm excited to continue growing as a junior full-stack developer and connect with mentors and industry professionals. Thank you for listening. And if you'd like to connect, discuss the project, or talk about opportunities, I'd love to chat. Thank you.
All right. Great job, Christine, on your presentation. And it's a really unique concept that you've created. With that, could I start off with the guest speakers just sharing their feedback and sharing a little bit more about what they think about the app here. So Clement, Dhruv, the lover, whenever you guys are ready.
Yeah, I think it's a good project initiative. Well done, Christine.
Thank you.
Would you like to highlight on the tech stack? Like, is it deployed somewhere? Is it a mobile app or a web app?
Yeah, it is a mobile app. It's not deployed yet. The backend is on the render. And yeah, so I'm planning on deploying it maybe like in a couple months because I still want to finish a few more features. I originally wanted to do like a trainer account and a student account, and the trainer account can kind of see what the students have in their calendar. So yeah, I'm planning on building that and then like launching it on Apple App Store.
Yeah, cool. And you said using full stack, I guess React and Node.js, I believe, is a tech stack, and MongoDB, or is
Yeah.
it? Oh, nice. Sounds good.
I just have one question regarding this app. It's brilliant. I think it's lovely. But like, how does your app handle like conflicts or like miscare events? For example, if a horse has overlapping lesson schedules or recurring health tasks or medical reminders.
Oh, sorry, what's your question? I didn't catch the first part.
So like, how does your app handle the conflicts or miscare events for the horse?
The conflicts?
Yeah.
Like when there are multiple events on the same day?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if there are events on the same day, it will show like there's particular event on the calendar, but then like in details, like when you click on the day, it will show like a list of the events happening that day.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
If no one is speaking, great update, very well designed and smooth. The presentation was very nice. I had two questions, but Lex asked my question as well in the chat, so you can answer. I can read it if you want. It was, how do you plan to monetize the app? If you have any plan to do that. It was the first question I had to.
Uh, I'm not sure what the SaaS model is. So I'm not really trying to monetize at the start because I'm still trying to like see if the app works. And maybe in the future I will monetize it, but I don't think at the beginning I'm gonna like charge a fee for this app.
Okay, and I had the same approach, but I think in my experience, you maybe want to hint to users that you're gonna monetize the app someday. I don't know, with premium features or something like this, because if you start with the free app and then you add a paywall, or you make it mandatory to pay, that can repel users a little bit. So I think it will be in your best interest to maybe just think of it before and not implement it at the beginning, but just say, hey, in the future, we're going to have premium this or subscription, blah, blah, blah. So it's going to be more clean for the user to then convert into paying users.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's like a model where you can like keep it free for maybe 3 months and then after that, like it has like this notification where you have to like pay to keep using.
Yeah, I mean, every models are working for a purpose, so it's just the one you see fits for the app. And I had another question. Did you think about maybe expanding the app for other types of animals that could require the same features? Like, I don't know, people with cats or dogs that are doing competition as well.
Yeah. I actually talked to my boss about this today, saying that I have like this app that I want to pitch. And she actually mentioned that like you could do that for like other animals, like smaller pets or dogs or cats. And a lot of horse people also have dogs and cats, so I think it would be good to have like other animals as well. So like the owners can just manage all their like pets and horses in one place.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Thank you, Christine, for sharing your presentation with us. We'll move on to our next presenter, Danielle, with her app.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Should I start now?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am Sam. My goal in enrolling in Circus Streams Bootcamp is to pivot my career and pursue software development. I am the main developer of the app that I'm going to show you today, which is my PMOS Buddy. Next slide, please. To introduce myself a little more, I have a diverse professional background. My past work revolved mainly around the hospitality and retail industries, but much of my knowledge, education, and passion still lies in health sciences. and how I can take common healthcare problems and solve them with technology. Next slide, please. So why did I choose to create this application? Next slide, please. Well, before getting into that, I want to give a quick explanation of what PMOS is. PMOS is short for polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome, formerly known or more popularly known as PCOS. This is a common hormonal and metabolic condition that affects women of the reproductive age, and this causes a disruption of the metabolic and hormonal balance that leads to common symptoms such as irregular periods, acne or oily skin, excess hair growth, and obesity. It is estimated that over 170 million women are affected worldwide, and that doesn't even count those who are undiagnosed and misdiagnosed. Which brings me to our problem. Since this condition affects multiple systems and parts of the body, trying to keep track of or remember certain symptoms and patterns can become quite daunting. This often makes doctor's appointments intimidating or stressful for the patient. In fact, research shows that the human brain is unreliable when trying to recall past medical histories, leading to a delayed or even misdiagnoses. Hence, this became the main inspiration behind the creation of My PMOS Buddy. Next slide, please. So my goal for this application is for it to be an all-in-one tracker and for it to be a user's single source of truth. And by making doctor's appointments less intimidating, we can lessen the probability of a delayed or even misdiagnoses. So while creating the application, I really wanted to capture the most common symptoms that women experience when dealing with this condition. That's why I chose to track these specific data sets. Next slide, please. The flow tracker, which tracks period dates and common symptoms while utilizing useful details like the cycle length and period length. Next slide, please. The skin tracker, which tracks skin conditions, and because of the acneic nature of this condition, I wanted to incorporate a photo uploading feature to let the user see the progress of their skin and track which treatment works and which don't. Next slide, please. It also has a weight tracker, which gives the user a clearer view of how their weight fluctuates and help them monitor their overall condition. Next slide, please. And a medication tracker, which is a dedicated page to help the users keep track of their various medications and supplements that they use to manage their health. Next slide, please. So this is the development timeline of the application. It was built over a span of 4 weeks, wherein week 1 was dedicated to planning and brainstorming the application. And this time was also used to research various features that could be useful for the user in the long run. On week 2 was dedicated to creating the backend and testing it to ensure that it works. And week 3 was used to deploy the backend and plan the front end. So this is where the research that I've done in week 1 came into fruition, because this is where I started to build the features on the front end. And week 4 was dedicated to finalizing the app. Next slide, please. Without further ado, here's the trailer for My PMOS Buddy. Next slide, please. So some takeaways. Next slide, please. Some of the challenges that I encountered while building the application was how to design the schema for each data set. I really struggled with how I wanted the data to be organized in the back end so that it would be easier for me to later on fetch it on the front end. And what I decided to do was to maintain a single document for each user in each collection and then list all of their data based on the dates that they logged it in, and it worked. And another challenge was finding APIs and libraries that coincide with the features that I wanted to incorporate. This was especially true for the flow tracking page, where I was lucky enough to find a straightforward API that handles the cycle calculation and prediction, and a fully customizable and interactive calendar library to display the cycle data. It's like, oh, sorry, no. Accessing the data from the front end was another hurdle because I had a lot of nested data, which made it really tricky to pull out the data that I needed. And finally, designing the front end to be truly user friendly took a lot of tweaking and trial and error to arrive at this final iteration. Next slide, please. So for my next steps, I do have big plans for the future of this application. First is allowing data to be exported so the patient can share the detailed summary with their doctor to guide them during appointments. And second, I would like to incorporate the INCI, or the International Nomenclature Cosmetic Ingredient data, into the skin tracker to give the users a deeper insight into the products that they are using. And third, I want to integrate AI to give users useful personalized insights regarding their logged data. And lastly, I plan to make this application available on mobile devices for better accessibility on the go. Next slide, please. Thank you. And if you want to connect, here are my handles. Thank you.
All right, amazing. Such a cool concept that you've created, Sam. So lovely. Dilaver, Clement, whenever you guys are ready, please feel free to ask her any questions or provide any feedback.
Yes, thank you. Very interesting and important subject. Yes. Just to make sure, so this is an app that is available only as a web app for now?
For now, yes.
Yes, okay. And how do you handle the authentication? Just like regular accounts, and people just sign up to the web app?
Yes, yeah. I use Passport.js for the user authentication and authorization, and on the back end.
Okay. And what's the type of database for the backend? Because my question is twofold. It's more regarding the data privacy and the anonymization of the data, because it's sensitive information. So how do you handle that?
Well, when I initially built the application, I was really intending to use it for myself and just to hone my coding skills. And so, as for now, security-wise, if I do go public with it, I I would have to consider HIPAA laws, and the data anonymization on the back end. But right now, I don't have those security measures in place. But I have considered and researched into what I can do to keep them more secure. Like, for example, on the back end, I would have to incorporate maybe a more secure role-based access, because I use MongoDB. Um, and then, what were the other things that I searched? I think I would have to also, because I was recently been made aware of the breach insecurity with the Flow app, which is very similar to this app. And so I think I would have to scrutinize all of the software development kits that I would incorporate in the future if I do wish to go public with this. But right now, I don't really have a lot of security measures in place.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's the main subject to work on when you want to go public, because today with AI, it's very easy nowadays to get access and leaks information from people. So since it's sensitive information, health related, I think it's going to be the more important matter for the app before you go public.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam, brilliant idea. I think it's very new. I haven't seen anything like this before. So when architecting your backend schema, did you structure the relationships between users, symptoms, flow logs, skin logs, weight entries, and the medication records? to keep the data consistent and each query to the to and from the front end?
Yeah, so what I did for the backend was I had separate collections for each data set. And in each data set, what I did was I connected the user, the user's ID to each data set and just have a list of all your symptoms and then have them arranged by dates that they logged it in, which made it really a lot easier to fetch it from the front end.
Got it, got it. I think Clement made some like absolutely fantastic points about the security and AI, and I think that's
Yeah,
something really concerning for in the future. And best of luck for the future. This is a really good idea. Brilliant.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Dhruv, if you're ready, you could ask some questions or provide feedback as well.
Well, I don't have any questions on this one, but I would say it's really a good idea and for a good cause, I believe. And all the best, Sam, for the project.
Thank
It's
you.
really good. And the fact that you're already aware about few of the compliances, right? Like the HIPAA and other medical compliances is really good. So that will definitely add some value.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Sam, for your amazing presentation.
Thank you.
First, we'll move on to our next student, Wilmer. He'll be talking to us about his application Skillgate.
Thank you, Manor. Yes, so hello everyone. I'm here. My name is Wilmer. I'm here to talk about my project, the capstone project I worked on, which is called Skillgate. It is an AI-powered hiring intelligence platform. It is meant to condense all the recruiters' workflow all into one app. Next slides, please. So a little bit more about me. So I'm currently a junior full stack software developer. Of course, I graduated from this cohort. The current main stacks that I've been working on with that I've also implemented in this app were these ones. So React, Vite, Redux Toolkit, React Router, Node.js Express, MongoDB Atlas, Mongoose Socket, WebRTC, JSON Web Tokens, authentication, Node Mailer, and of course, I've been working on as well on deploying it on Render, and also potentially working on a mobile app with the React Native as well. Expo. About me, I've been working in the banking field for 9 years now. One of the transferable skills I think I bring with me into the tech world trying to transition is it makes me someone that is very customer focused. So I think that's a good thing to have in mind, when you're building an app, because at the end of the day, you're always gonna have to have like people asking you to do things, and that's pretty much the goal of the software developer, right? So next slide, please. So the initial problem I was working on was that I believe from my observation, from what I've heard of, is that technical hiring is very fragmented. So technical hiring today is slow and consistent. It can be frustrating. Recruiters, they juggle between multiple disconnected tools for stuff like candidate tracking, coding assessments, interview scheduling, live collaboration, and also scoring and feedback. So this can create delays, poor candidate experience, and inconsistent evaluation quality. So for these reasons, I decided that I wanted to bring a software solution to this real-life problem. Next slide, please. The solution I bring is, of course, Skillgate that I mentioned. Skillgate is for recruiters and candidates and helps them unify their recruitment tools. Recruiters can, for example, create standardized coding challenges. Candidates complete timed assessment with deterministic consistent scoring. There's built-in scheduling, notification, email invites, and live collaborative interview rooms, which remove the need for external tools. Role-based access as well, which keeps recruiter versus candidate experience clear and structured. Also centralized data for attempts, scores, interviews, and feedback, which gives teams a single source of truth for faster and fairer decisions as well whenever you're picking a candidate. And the use of AI is able to be optional since the app has fallback options when not using AI, which can minimize usage cost when needed. For example, right now I haven't implemented AI fully, So, but I eventually plan on doing it. So that's why I needed to have these options as well to make sure that the app works fine, and that we have fallback option in case we don't have access to AI for whatever reason. Next slide, please. Here, there's a bit of a sneak peek about, for example, there's two pages on my two sections on my app. The first one is when a candidate is doing and submitting a challenge. So they can there's an option to submit the challenge, there's the time, and also the space where they can enter the code. And we also on the side also have the live collaboration room, which so far looks like this. Next slide. For the timeline, well, I know we've been given 4 weeks technically to work on our the project, but I was always willing to work on it a bit on advantages because it was my first time making sure that I get a full stack app developed, from the beginning to the end. Since everything was very new to me when I started, so it was definitely a challenge. For phase 1, which I started in April, I really made sure that I chose the foundation. I created a backend API with Express and MongoDB models, built role-based authentication with candidate, recruiter, and admin. I added recruiter and candidate portals on web front end. On phase 2 in May. Well, phase 2, 3, and 4 is all in May. I did a few things there. I implemented challenge authoring and assessment assembly, added deterministic answer grading flow, and added candidate attempt history and recruiter review pass. On phase 3, that's where I wanted to start to think more about the AI potential for this app. But I was also working on the real-time collaborative room with features like Socket. I integrated AI feedback path with fallback mode and added candidate hints requests with usage limits as well, because I was doing a lot of try and errors and tests just to have a few ideas here and there. On phase 4, which is still in May, I was working on interview workflow, so added recruiter interview scheduling and status update, added in-app notifications for interview lifecycle events, and so on. And also at the end for the final phase on phase 5 and 6, I was working on the UX and UI and products hardening, and also deployment, production and stabilization. And that's where I deployed the web and the back end on render as well. And I only deployed so far. I only deployed the web version. I have a mobile version that I'm working on, but it's not deployed yet. So I have on the next slide we can see a little demo of the app. Hi, this is Skillgate, a full-stack technical interview and hiring platform. The app reduces fragmented hiring by combining assessments, interview scheduling, notifications, and collaboration in one place. With that in mind, let's dive into the recruiter dashboard. So here in the dashboard, we have 3 main sections: the overview section, the build section, and the live room section. In the overview, we can see that we have the library of existing challenges, which we can sort by either name, difficulty, or seniority. We have the options as well for medium, easy, or hard challenges. We also have seniority levels for junior, intermediate, and senior developers, as well as the ability to see existing assessments that have already been assigned to candidates and their scores. In the other section for the build option, the recruiter has the option to create a new challenge, edit it to its liking, and also create new assessments to be submitted to existing candidates in the database. I will now do a live demonstration to showcase what happens when a recruiter wants to set up an interview meeting with a potential candidate. I'm going to use myself as an example with my own information. We also have my email here, my name. We also have a date and time for our meeting, and we're going to create a meeting link by clicking on Create Room ID here. We see the link, and once we're ready, we click on Schedule Interview to confirm this by sending an email to the recipient. As we can see here, it worked, and all we have left to do now is to verify it actually worked in our email, and here we are. We have an email from Skillgate with a link to the interview room meeting, and once I click into interview room meeting, I can now join the meeting, and I can simply click on enable camera to say hi. Skillgate is built with React and Vite on the front end, Node.js and Express on the back end, MongoDB for persistence, and Socket.io for real-time features with JWT-based role authentication. The app is still a work in progress with known bugs and ongoing improvements, but the core recruiter and candidate workflows are fully functional and already deployed. Thank you for your time today. All right, so a few takeaways regarding Skillgate. So definitely, I think that unified hiring is something valuable. Having all the tools all in one was definitely my goal, and I think that this is definitely something that I'm trying my best to implement in this app. Implementing deterministic grading as well has a fallback option, makes the app feel more real, even without having the AI. Has an option, as I put it, has an option on MSIM as well, and real-time collaboration adds credibility to the app as well. Next slide. For the results that I have achieved while building this up, I think so far we have a full stack MVP working. I have sync repos, comprehensive documentation that I have on GitHub, deployed and running for what I built so far on render. I have role-based separation with clear access, and also implemented smoke test coverage as well with the core test being passed. Next slide. Some of the challenges that I face, definitely implementing email delivery. It was definitely my first time doing this, and so there was definitely a challenge. I definitely had it to work, but in the end, and there's multiple apps, you know, in the industry that necessitate sending automated emails. So that's definitely something that I want to implement more, potentially for password resets and stuff like that. Mobile integration as well was another challenge as well, making sure everything is synced within the web version and the mobile version. There are still some UI refinement to do as well, because there are some features that are a bit unpolished. I mentioned the UI consistency between cross-platform as well. Edge cases with authentication, token refresh bugs were something that I went through over the course of the app, so I had to dance around that and find solutions, of course. And of course, database resilience and connection timeouts as well. Next slide. For the next steps, what I want to do is I want to make sure, get production ready. It's still I'm not sure necessarily. There's a few things that I want to do before I think, for example, of like making the app public. Verify email delivery, making sure that everything works, because when I deployed the app on render, that feature wasn't working anymore. So that was definitely something that was also a challenge, but I need to definitely going to be able to work and fix this. Mobile app integration needs to be completed. Full regression tests as well, and the AI integration as well, and document known bugs as well is definitely things that I want to make sure to implement better, and it's in the next goals. So that's pretty much it. So that's Skillgate for you. Thank you for hearing me today, and if you want to get in touch with me, here's my information.
All right, amazing job with your presentation, and it's a very unique concept that you've created. So good job, Wilmer.
Thank you.
All right, guest speakers, take it away.
Hey, Wilmer. This is Dhruv. This is a good project initiative, I believe, because the need in the market for the recruiter and the pipeline that they follow for the overall process is really lengthy and effortsome. So this may help them to ease their overall process.
Yeah, that was my main goal. I felt like, and my mom has worked as in a recruitment company for a very long time, so she mentioned a lot of these issues. I feel like there's been like efforts to work into a solution, but my idea was really like to make sure that everything it's like a all into one, right? That you don't need external things. Yeah, ideally that was the core idea.
Absolutely. Touching on the same tech stack, how are you storing the resume files in the system?
The resumes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so far that has not been implemented yet. So that's, for example, right now, I definitely thought about that in one of the things that I wanted to implement. There's a few features that I need to work on, so I haven't implemented that yet. But I definitely, there's the potential confidential information, right, that can be transmitted through resume. So there's definitely plans of like enhancing security as well is one of the things that I want to do next. When I was mentioning that I wanted to work on a few things before thinking about like potentially going public or something like that, those were one of the cases, working on the security, making sure that eventually if I implement more features that would make my app absorb more data and confidential data that are actual covered for these scenarios as well. But so far it's not implemented.
That's fair. And you also mentioned about some regression testings that you already covered in the project so far, right? And I guess you need test cases too.
Yeah, test cases, edge cases as well. I was having a lot of issues with the timeouts, connection timeouts, and stuff like that. So I feel like one of the things that I learned while building this app was handling edge cases. I don't think it's just happy path, especially around authentications or sockets or media devices and environment drift. So yeah.
Yeah. So it's not always happy.
No, it wasn't. It was definitely a challenge. I wanted to really challenge myself because I felt like in the beginning it has the potential of being an ambitious project. But I still wanted to do it because I felt like it was a great idea and yeah,
Absolutely. So is it like kind of a pipeline where these test cases execute, or is it you run manually outside the pipeline?
You mean pipeline? You mean like in the code?
Yeah, the edge cases, a unit test case, a regression test, like all these test cases, is it something you automated in the pipeline, or you're testing it from the UI, the clicks of button?
No, I automated it.
Oh, nice. So is it wrapped up in a pipeline that like runs on every code change or on a certain event?
It's more on specific events.
Okay. Events like? I mean, when you make a code change, that's where you go and check out the test cases if it's still working fine, or you run it on ad hoc basis.
No, I do the test case and I go check in every time to see if it's working fine. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Fair enough. Thanks. I think it's a good one.
I think there's a question in the chat. I'm not sure if I.
Yeah, hi Wilmer.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, hi, how are you doing? I saw your presentation. It's really good. I loved it. And how you mentioned that your mother used to also work as a HR manager, I think, and hire people.
Yes.
So she was involved in this whole recruitment
But
process as well. So
it
because like now everything is coming remote, people are working remotely as well. I just have one brief question. Like, how would you like through this web application or even mobile application in the future, would you prevent cheating or manipulation like during live coding sessions or while still preserving a smooth real-time collaboration experience with WebRTC, Socket.io, JWT sessions, and AI assisted grading? Like, have you thought about that?
I just want to make sure I understood the question. So you mentioned to prevent cheating?
Yeah, cheating or manipulation, like because there are many uh let's say like Klubi, first round AI, other tools that people are using for manipulation through these technical assessments.
Yeah. So to be honest, that's not necessarily something that I thought of at the moment because I haven't fully implemented all the features. But eventually that question was going to arise. There's it's definitely something that I have to work on, to be very honest with you. I haven't planned that scenario when it comes to cheating. Right now what I was doing was mainly doing tests with AI, for example, to provide hints during a challenge. But I was like working, okay, if they do, maybe they get a penalty or something. But external cheating, yeah, that's definitely a question, because how can I stop like the fact that they use something else? Yeah, that's something I'd have to dive into, to be very honest.
Okay, well, I mean, the rest of it looks brilliant. It's awesome. And I guess best of luck for the future. And I think Clement can probably add something on his part. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Wilmer. I had a question regarding the challenges you implemented within the app. Do you have a library of already hard-coded, if I may, challenges in the app, and are they like kind of coding exercises?
Yeah, so in the library there are already an existing library of coding exercise with a main question, and they have like a question, and then they have the space to write their solution. They're classified depending if it's for an intermediate role or I mean an intermediate developer, a senior developer, or a junior developer. But there is also the option of creating a new one and editing the ones that exist. So yes, the goal is for the recruiter to be able to create a test and reuse the test by putting it back into leaving it in the library as well. But they can also be edited. They can also create new ones. So yeah, there is already a few challenges that exist already in the app, in the library.
And did you get inspiration for the challenges from the lead code exercises?
Yeah, I did. I tried to find some different challenges, not necessarily copy paste everything that I saw. I went with like one or two challenges per category so far. So I think there's like two challenges for easy, two challenges for intermediate, and two challenges for senior. But eventually I plan on implementing, doing a more robust and more expensive library for more diversity and stuff.
Okay, and sorry if I didn't catch it, but can a candidate practice the challenges within the app? Or is just
You
the recruiter that is sending a challenge and then they have to do it live?
So I mean, whenever the recruiter sends the challenge, assigns it to a candidate, the candidate can log into the account, they see the challenge they have been assigned, and they have a time limit to do it, for example. It can be done live as well in the live collaborative room. I mean, I'm working on adding some features as well in the live collaborative room. For example, like a live coding challenge. Maybe one of the maybe one of the ways of preventing cheating would be making them so that they do it live in front of someone. But like I'm doing a link with a question that was asked earlier. But yeah.
So it's not a platform that a candidate can go log in, practice challenges, and then also have interviews with recruiter within the app. It's just a platform for recruiters that are sending to candidates.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If it's not like the candidate can't so far log in and like practice some multiple challenges or get prepared on the app. It could be an avenue that I explore in the future, but yeah, so far that wasn't implemented, or that wasn't the goal, but I think it's a good idea.
And the final question, how do you assess the relevance of the solution for the challenge? Is it just one solution, or if someone has a different approach but is still like the good result, how do you assess the solution of the challenge?
Yeah, so in the app, the way it's coded, that there's like technically only one answer, but I went with like I don't think the challenges that I coded so far are that hard, in the sense that I don't think there's like many answers, but most of the time it's just only one answer because the question is pretty clear. But there could be scenarios where there's more than one answer that can be good or that can be considered, that I would have to plan how do I handle that in my app in the future as well.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Wilmer, for your presentation today, and we'll move on to our next speaker, our last presenter, actually. Cindy, whenever you're ready, please go ahead. Sorry, we're not able to hear you, Cindy. No. 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 Sorry. Yeah, let's try that. Try leaving the call and then join again, please, if you can. No. Are you able to leave the call and again, please? Okay, thank you. No. Is your audio sharing with Zoom? Are you able to join with your phone or any other device just for the audio? You can. Hmm. Okay, because usually you can use your phone for just the audio part of it. No. Okay. No, nothing yet. Well, that's okay, Cindy. We'll talk a little bit later after the event today, and then we can figure something out for sure, an alternative, if that's okay. No, not your fault. Don't apologize. It's okay. It happens. Technology is only good when it helps us, right? Okay, all right. We'll just move on to the last few slides that we have here today, just to kind of wrap everything up. And then hopefully we have another pitch day coming in tomorrow as well. So I'm sure Cindy will be able to join us for that. I'll just kind of share just some of the few things that we have here. So congratulations to all of our graduates for their hard work and the completion on their software development bootcamp. Just wrap everything up here. Thank you to Clement, Drew, and the Lauer for joining us and being a guest speaker with us today. And then congratulations to our students, Wilmer, Cindy, Sam, and then Christine. The technical insights that the guest speakers shared have been really valuable for our graduates as they start out on their careers. For those of you that are not partners with us yet and are in the chat, we have several opportunities for you to partner with us. Anything from speaking at events like this one today, mentorship opportunities, being part of our mentorship program, and then also hiring any of our top talent through our micro internship program. Send me any questions that you may have, and my email is just up on the slide here as well. Thank you so much for everyone for joining our Pitch Day event today, and I hope we'll be in touch soon. Bye now.